This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us. Hopefully your air conditioner is ready for a weekend workout. Heat and humidity settling in. It'll be here to stay for a few days.
We have team coverage. Our Amanda Quintana found out where you can go this weekend if you need some relief from the heat. But let's start with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti on the weather patio. He's been telling us all week to get ready for this during his certified most accurate forecast. Gary?
So as you remember what we were talking about this time last week, we were talking about the possibility for frost or maybe even freezing conditions for our northern viewing area. Today it's a different story. Visible cloud track shows very few clouds anywhere across the upper Midwest. That's allowing the sun to bake down. Doppler track pretty much free of precipitation, so not only will it be sunny, but it'll be dry as well. Temperatures are in the upper 80s to lower 90s. 93 right now in Janesville, 96 in La Crosse, 92 in Milwaukee, Madison at 88. But you factor in the humidity, it actually feels a couple of degrees cooler than the actual temperature. And that's because the humidity is down for right now. That will start to increase as we head toward the end of the weekend and early next week. Look for skies to be mostly clear overnight. Low temperature dropping only to around 67. Tomorrow will be mostly sunny and hot. High temperature in Madison at 91 degrees. Be about the same for Sunday. Hopefully we'll get some more humidity and some chances for thunderstorms next week. I'll detail those chances in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. 9 buildings in Madison could be rather popular places this weekend. The city's public libraries are a free spot where you can go to get out of the sweltering heat.
Yeah, there are a few warning signs you should also pay attention to. Amanda Quintana shows us what to watch for. Amanda?
Yes, while some neighboring cities like Middleton set up dedicated cooling centers, Madison does not. So they're suggesting that you go to one of the 9 libraries. And while the libraries have been closed due to COVID, they are now open and welcoming anyone who needs to cool off.
People come in when they're out, going for a walk, or if they are homeless or don't have a place to stay.
Madison's libraries shelter a lot more than just books. Tana Elias can tell you they serve as warming centers during the winter, and this weekend will serve the opposite purpose.
We changed our policy to allow drink in the library so people can bring their water bottle in or fill their water bottle at the library or get water from library staff.
Doctors say finding a cool space is the first step to take when you don't feel well in the heat.
Get into a shady spot or get into a place with air conditioning. Try and hydrate as much as you can with either water or electrolyte-filled drink, like any sport drink out there.
Dr. John Aguilar in St. Mary's ER sees a spectrum of heat illnesses, starting with heat cramps, getting worse and becoming heat exhaustion, with a headache, nausea, and vomiting. That's when it gets dangerous, especially for really young or elderly people, and it can get worse.
Heat stroke is when the body no longer is able to compensate for that change in temperature, and their core, what we call their core temperature, or their body temperature, has risen to a point where their body can no longer handle it.
Once you can't keep food down, that's when you need to see a doctor.
Heat illnesses can really be devastating for pretty much anyone at any age if it gets bad enough.
Which is why in Madison's libraries, employees are trained to watch out for this.
At our central library, we have security monitors whose job it is to really walk around the building and make sure that everyone is doing well and okay. But all of our staff have some training, and obviously any of our staff, if they see a situation, would call an ambulance or would call 911.
We're obviously talking about this because it's going to be hot this weekend, but heat stroke can actually happen at any temperature. It's all about just not being hydrated. And so it's really important to know where you can go to cool off, even if that's under a tree to get some shade or just a public lobby for a few minutes. It's really important to know what's around you.
Look out for your neighbors as well. Amanda Quintana live tonight. Amanda, thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. If you're not in Madison, nearby Middleton has dedicated cooling centers, as Amanda mentioned, that open today. The Middleton Police Department will be open 24 hours. City Hall, the Middleton Senior Center, and the Public Library will also be open during their regular hours to help those who need a break from the hot temperatures. Those buildings will be open through at least June 8th.
And if you're planning to take a dip to cool down, you'll have to keep an eye on which beaches you should visit. Algae blooms led public health to close 3 Madison area beaches. The first tests of the season revealed blue-green algae blooms at beaches at B.B. Clark, Olbrich, and Warner Park. parks and also at the Hudson Park Lake Access Point. Algae blooms can make both humans and pets sick. The blooms come from fertilizer running off into our lakes and ponds. The high winds and warm weather could actually help when it comes to the beaches opening back up, so check the public health website for some updates.
Your car can quickly become an oven, and it doesn't even take temperatures close to what we'll see. Meritor warned us today that children's bodies heat up 3 to 5 times faster than adults, and that makes your car a particularly dangerous place, even in the springtime.
57 degrees, which sounds so silly and cool and pleasant, but cars can heat up really rapidly beyond that temperature. So it's really important to be mindful of that.
That very situation happened to a woman in Beloit yesterday. Firefighters say she accidentally locked her keys and her baby in her car. She immediately called for help, and within 3 minutes, firefighters and police got the baby out safely.
Don't leave kids, pets, anybody unattended. Just remember, when your kids are sleeping, it's very easy to forget that they're back there in the rush of life.
If you see a child alone in a hot car, call 911 and get the child out of the vehicle quickly. Doctors say it's better to be safe than sorry. If possible, spray the child with cool water.
Now, hearing all these warning signs doesn't mean you have to sit at home all weekend. In fact, the DNR is making it easier to enjoy nature this weekend. The state waiving all admissions fees, fishing licenses, and trail passes for visitors at state parks. It's part of their free fun weekend. Wisconsin has 49 state parks as well as other state forests and trails to choose from. New at 5, doctors in Madison are seeing many more patients lately who are ending up in their care due to things that are completely out of their control. Some say they've seen an increase in LGBTQ patients going through a medical or mental health crisis over the last year. Many of the cases stem from people not feeling accepted or being harassed and bullied by their peers.
It seems so simple, right? Just to accept people for who they are, and that goes a long way. I mean, we know statistically that LGBTQ youth who have at least one parent who accepts them for who they are, their rates of suicide go down, their rates of depression go down.
And tonight at 6, Jamie Perez shares the experiences physicians are seeing with their LGBTQ patients and how you can help prevent the issue from getting worse. Rising temperatures but falling COVID cases in Wisconsin. The 7-day average now 144, down from 149 yesterday. Another 12,000 people got their first shot in the past 24 hours. Overall, nearly 43% of the state is fully vaccinated now, just shy of 50% having at least one shot in Wisconsin. Dane County doing a little better, just shy of 60% fully vaccinated. 2 out of every 3 people have at least started the vaccine process.
The Sauk County Health Department is teaming up with SSM Health along with multiple water parks in the Dells to offer pop-up vaccine clinics. It will happen next Tuesday at the Hiawatha Residence Hall in the Dells from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. They'll be giving the Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. No appointment is necessary and walk-ins are welcomed.
Children as young as 12 can get the vaccine, but we are seeing more and more children end up in hospitals sick with COVID. The CDC tracked more than 200 children who had to go to the hospital. This was between January and March of this year. About a third of them ended up in the ICU. Thankfully, there were no deaths. The CDC director said she's deeply concerned by what the study reveals and is urging parents to get their teens vaccinated and have them wear masks until they've received both doses.
We're feeling better about the pandemic as Americans. 84% believe the coronavirus situation is improving. That is according to a Gallup survey of 3,500 people. 66% say their lives are at least somewhat back to normal. And instead of staying at home, more than half believe healthy people should lead normal lives as much as possible. Gallup says this is the first time a majority of people did not favor staying home since the beginning of the pandemic.
Well, it's one thing for your business to survive the pandemic. It's another to keep it going as we approach the other side. Wisconsin Democratic leaders want to make sure restaurants in particular know where to go to get financial help. Congressman Mark Pocan and State Representative Francesca Hong held a roundtable chat at Cooper's Tavern in Madison today, laying out some of the funding restaurants can get to get through the American Rescue Plan. The Wisconsin Restaurant Association estimates 10% of all restaurants here closed permanently since the start of the pandemic.
Part of what we're doing is working with Small Business Administration to try to see if we can make sure that everyone who needs assistance can get it. Again, the good news is things are opening back up, but we have to make sure people who've really had a tough 15 months are able to stay afloat because we've already lost an awful lot of small businesses.
Spokane says that consumer confidence will be the key in helping get the economy going.
We saw a much more positive jobs report today compared to April, but many businesses say they still don't have enough employees. The Labor Department reported the unemployment rate dropped slightly to 5.8%, with 559,000 new jobs added last month. That's nearly twice as many jobs added in April, but the totals are still lower than expected.
This is progress, historic progress. Progress that's pulling our economy out of the worst crisis it's been in 100 years.
I wouldn't call this a big miss. You know, we're improving, and if we wind the clock back a year, we are much better off than we were.
Many businesses have blamed the shortage of workers on expanded $300 a week federal unemployment benefits. But economic experts say there are other factors, like people being hesitant to go out, along with child care challenges. More than 24 states have announced they're ending extended federal benefits, and Wisconsin Republicans are pushing to end them here.
And still to come, a Wisconsin woman charged with killing a man says she's the victim, and there may be new testimony to prove it. Tonight, she's free on bond, preparing for a huge court hearing. Her story is next.
And coming up tonight at 6, we'll check out a new flower flash project happening right now in downtown Madison. Find out the best time to check it out next hour on News 3 Now at 6.
And the markets wrap up the week posting some solid gains. The Dow jumping 179 points. The Nasdaq up almost 200. S&P adds 37. And we'll be right back.
He's here! He's here! It's happening!
What can I get you, young man?
Free installation!
Coming right up.
Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Free installation. Plus, no interest for 1 year.
Free installation on windows, siding, and doors ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
A nursing home promises to care for our parents as cherished loved ones. But if your parents have been injured in a nursing home, we can help. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
What do you think?
I love it.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
The only thing better than tacos is faster tacos. That's why Johnsonville created its new ground taco sausage. That's right, taco sausage. Premium cuts of ground pork authentically seasoned with cumin and garlic. Next taco night, skip the seasoning packets. Just sizzle and serve. Because with new Johnsonville taco sausage, the only thing between your family and tasty tacos is 10 minutes.
Tonight at 6, a handful of Madison area beaches and lake access points currently closed as we head into the hot weekend. And we'll check out a new flower flash project happening right now in downtown Madison. When's the best time to check it out? We'll tell you at 6.
We all hope to get to a point where COVID doesn't exist.
But millions of Wisconsin residents are still unvaccinated. Madeline O'Neill finds out why and what local health officials are doing to pave the path to herd immunity. Sunday on News 3 Now at 10.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canulti here. If your TV or internet goes out during severe weather, the Midland Weather Radio can be the extra measure of safety you and your family need. Pick up the Midland Weather Radio, available now at area Hy-Vee grocery stores.
A Wisconsin woman charged with homicide claims it was self-defense. Now she may actually get the chance to tell a courtroom why.
It's thanks to a different court's ruling, one that her supporters feel will set a precedent for victims everywhere. Stephanie Haynes reports from Kenosha County.
Crystal Kaiser was charged with killing 34-year-old Randall Villar back in 2018. Now, almost 3 years later, she may get to explain what led up to the shooting. On Wednesday, an appeals court ruled Kaiser can now make the case that her actions could have been a direct result of human trafficking, citing a state law called affirmative defense. Kaiser told the Washington Post she acted in self-defense and claims Villar had been trafficking her. At the time, Villar was being investigated for child sex-related charges. In a 2019 Facebook post, District Attorney Michael Gravely wrote Kaiser committed the crime to steal Villar's car. She was 17 at the time. The case has drawn national attention. Close to 1.5 million people have signed a petition for the district attorney to drop the charges. And Kaiser is no longer behind bars. Last year, a Chicago-based aid group posted her $400,000 bond after she spent nearly 2 years in the Kenosha County Jail. Chandra Cooper is the CEO of Grateful Girls, Inc., a social services agency for women and girls who are victimized by human trafficking. From an advocacy point of view, she says she thinks this court's decision is a milestone.
Sometimes we're not looking at the victims as they're truly being victims. And sometimes when you're victims and you're traumatized, stories end up like the Crystal Kaiser story. But that was a lot of trauma involved for her to get to that point.
Kaiser is due back in court in 3 weeks. We reached out to some of her attorneys, but did not hear back. Efforts to reach the Villar family were unsuccessful. A county spokesperson said District Attorney Michael Gravely does not have any comment.
And our department never in 5 decades gave up looking for Julie's killer.
Police in a Chicago suburb think they finally found a suspect in the 1972 murder of Julianne Hanson. She was 15 when she was stabbed to death. 76-year-old Barry Lee Welpley was arrested in Minnesota and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. His bond set at $10 million. Investigators used DNA evidence to help to tie Welpley to that case. A look now at your certified most accurate forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalfi on this hot weekend, Gary.
Yeah, temperatures are definitely on their way up and are going to stay that way for a couple of days. High temperatures should be in the lower 90s for both tomorrow and Sunday, upper 80s for Monday and Tuesday. Humidity levels start to increase a little bit next week, so hopefully that will at least give us some chances for showers and thunderstorms. That's about the only reason why I have high temperatures in the middle 80s for the middle part of the week. A little break in the humidity as we head toward next weekend. Temperatures drop back into the lower 80s, but there are signs that we could warm up again, and it's possible some of these temperatures may actually have to be raised according to some of the latest computer model forecasts. 3 things you need to know: plenty of sunshine this weekend, but it will be hot. Look for high temperatures at or above 90 degrees for both tomorrow and Sunday, and near 90 for Monday and Tuesday. And again, as that humidity starts to return next week, we'll see some chances for showers and thunderstorms. But Doppler track right now, free of precipitation across the state. Notice the thunderstorms up near the U.S.-Canadian border and in southern Canada. That's because the atmosphere is expanding. We have warm air aloft that's kind of acting like a lid on the atmosphere from keeping the air currents rising to get to the point to where they can produce showers and thunderstorms. Take a look at future track precipitation through Monday morning of next week. If there are any showers, they'll be less than 1/10 of an inch. The better chances for rain will be to our north and west, and even those amounts will be light. And then you take a look at the next 10 days. I showed you a similar map yesterday. Pretty much the same story. This is through Monday, early Monday morning of a week and a half from now. And you can see rainfall amounts generally less than 1 inch over the state of Wisconsin, when we should be picking up about 1.5 inches for a 10-day period. So that just continues to keep the drought going. And look at some of these temperatures where the drought is most intense across the Dakotas. Right now, 106 degrees, Bismarck, North Dakota. Minneapolis, 97. La Crosse is at 96. Madison at 88, but many locations in the 90s across the state. And as you can see on weather track, the lack of clouds there. The sun just bakes down, and notice how the jet stream is pushed to the north. That's just that heat dome, which is really starting to take shape and keeping the threat for rain away from us for the time being. Down to the south, temperatures are a little bit cooler because of cloud cover and some showers and thunderstorms, but the rest of the Midwest pretty much hot and dry. Our part of the Midwest, you can see those temperatures, upper 80s, and the coolest spots, which includes Madison, to the middle to upper 90s, and even some triple-digit heat as you head toward the Dakotas. Dew point temperatures are in the upper 40s to the upper 50s, not terribly humid, and with temperatures that warm, the difference between the two is such that the relative humidity is only in the 30% range, and that means that the rain chances are pretty much little to none, at least for the next couple of days. Tomorrow I'm looking for a high of 91 in Madison. It'll be breezy as well with sunny skies and 7 to 10 day forecast temperatures around 90 for Sunday, 89 for Monday, 88 Tuesday. A little more humidity next week, bringing some shower and thunderstorm chances. Wednesday right now seems to be the best day for showers and thunderstorms. Then the chances for rain go down. The humidity starts to drop and temperatures stay in the 80s as we head into next weekend. As we take a look at first horn traffic, the heat also affecting the roads. U.S. Highway 12 westbound or northbound around the Baraboo area is closed because of a pavement buckle. So you'll have to use old Route 12 to bypass that area. And across the rest of the Madison area, right now seeing our usual delays through the construction zone on the Beltline. Those are starting to clear up a little bit, so travel times pretty close to normal, a little bit more in the westbound direction. 19-minute trip from the interstate back to University Avenue. Heading out of Madison, it's a 25-minute commute from the Beltline to Janesville on I-3990. On US 12 from Middleton to Sauk City, it's a 17-minute commute, but again, north of Sauk City toward Baraboo, there's that pavement buckle, and then downtown to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue, US 151 to Sun Prairie is a 16-minute trip. That's your News 3 Now First Horn traffic.
All right, Gary, thank you. As the Bucs get ready for the Nets tomorrow, one of their star players picks up some hardware. We'll tell you who and what for ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Horn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get more enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive 25% off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Hey, sandwich fan, new Denny's melts belong in your hand. Patty melt's a classic, the Big Dipper's fantastic, and the Nashville hot chicken, bombastic? 4 melts in all, grilled to please. Now with free delivery. See you at Dennys.com.
Mom's gonna kill us.
Gorilla Super Glues.
Of course. Gorilla has a fix for every project. Original brush and nozzle and ultra-controlled gel for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Ready to blow away the rules of volume? New Air Volume Mega Mascara by L'Oréal Paris. For mega volume, yet mega light. A whipped formula and a cushiony brush. New Air Volume Mega Mascara by L'Oréal Paris. You're worth it.
Our new scented oils give you our best smelling scents, now crafted with more natural ingredients and infused with essential oils that are 100% natural. Give us one plug and connect to nature.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
They say when you come from a small town like us, you do things your own way. A way that builds a state-of-the-art network. As a local, you know the dead spots, so you fix them. You know the neighbors, so you're good to them. Did you drop these? You know the neighborhood, so you make a difference.
Thanks for the hot spot.
You know the strongest signal comes from starting local and staying loyal, no matter how much you grow. The nationwide network built from your town up. U.S. Cellular.
Get more enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive 25% off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Facebook is suspending former President Trump's accounts for 2 years. The company says the president encouraged violence ahead of the deadly January 6th Capitol riot. Today, the platform also ending its policy that exempted politicians from moderated posts. That policy was based on Facebook's belief that political speech was in the public interest, even if it was offensive, bullying, or otherwise controversial. The former president responded to the suspension saying, quote, Facebook's ruling is an insult to the record-setting 75 million people, plus many others who voted for us in the 2020 rigged presidential election.
Today, President Biden spoke with the top Senate GOP negotiator on infrastructure as they continue working towards a deal. The president's talk with lead Senate Republican negotiator Shelley Moore Capito ended without a deal. The White House says the two will speak again on Monday. Earlier this week, President Biden proposed an alternative way to pay for it, a 15% minimum tax on corporations. The goal is to target dozens of companies that have paid little to no federal corporate income taxes. The president has also slashed his proposed price tag on new infrastructure spending from over $2 trillion to now roughly $1 trillion.
He's obviously come down quite a bit in what he originally proposed, and hopefully they'll have more they can add to their proposal.
So far, Republicans have proposed a third of the amount of new spending, and they want to impose a gas tax and repurpose COVID relief funding, which the White House has come out against. Senate Democrats have signaled they may go it alone on infrastructure if a deal is not reached.
Milwaukee Bucks guard Drew Holiday has won the NBA Sportsmanship Award. The Joe Dumars Trophy goes to the player who best represents the ideals of sportsmanship on the court. Each NBA team nominated one of its players for that award, and from the list of 30 team nominees, a panel of league executives selected one finalist from each of the NBA's 6 divisions. Current NBA players selected the winner from the list of 6 finalists. Holiday received 130 of 343 first-place votes, just ahead of Boston's Kemba Walker. This is Holiday's first NBA Sportsmanship Award. And we're back with a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment. Stay with us.
News 3 Now is partnering with the Madison School District to provide its high school seniors with special commencement ceremonies.
Join us for the Class of 2021 special commencement ceremony, streamed live on channel3000.com and Channel 3000 Plus, June 11th and 12th.
Update your outdoor living space with AC2 Treated Lumber from Menards. Treated lumber is environmentally friendly and offers an appealing look, making it perfect for your next project. Nobody stocks more AC2 Treated Lumber than Menards. Get 11% off all of it. Accent your new deck space with these Lakota solar post cap lights. They include adapters to fit multiple post sizes. Get 11% off all outdoor Patriot lighting and complete your next project.
Save big money at Menards.
Do you love your morning coffee but hate what it does to your smile? Coffee might kickstart your morning, but it's also kicking you in the teeth by making them yellow and dingy. And you probably know by now that coffee stains are stubborn stains. Whitening toothpaste can't even begin to handle them. But I'm here to tell you about Power Swabs. With just 5-minute applications, you can tell those coffee stains to kiss off. Because 5-minute applications is all it takes for Power Swabs to lift coffee stains, tea stains, red wine stains, and even stains from smoking.
I love my coffee in the morning.
I will never stop drinking coffee. I will not be the person drinking hot coffee with a straw.
As much coffee as I drink, I can use my Power Swabs and eliminate the staining.
If you have one tooth that's darker than the others, you can target that one with Swab Precision.
You can put it directly on the stain that you see on your teeth, and it's so precise.
I like being able to individually get the teeth and kind of in between the grooves.
You just snap, swab, and smile. In fact, in 7 days, you probably won't be able to stop smiling.
It's so simple. You just open it, you apply it to your teeth, you forget it's there, and they're white and bright again like they were before.
I noticed actually a difference the first time that I used Power Swabs. You put on the first coat and then the activator goes on, and immediately you start seeing it working.
Not only will Power Swabs whiten natural teeth, it also removes stains from caps, crowns, and veneers. But as powerful as it is, it's also gentle and causes 0 to minimal sensitivity.
I've used strips. They seem to really hurt my teeth. The Power Swabs
swabs, it just seemed very gentle.
This didn't sting, it didn't burn, it didn't have an aftertaste. It was just a swab, and I just got to rub it on my teeth, and that was it.
Take it from me as someone who has gone the dental route, but has also gone on the shelf route, and I've not seen anything work as effective and as easy as power swabs.
Whiten your teeth today by ordering power swabs and receive 40% off the regular price. Shipping is free, plus you receive a free quick stick pen to use on the go after meals or a cup of coffee. Visit powerswabs.com or call the number on your screen.
News 3 Now is partnering with the Madison School District to provide its high school seniors with special commencement ceremonies.
Join us for the Class of 2021 special commencement ceremony, streamed live on channel3000.com and Channel 3000 Plus, June 11th and 12th.
Cruise ships are always trying to outdo one another with fun activities, but here's a new one, an onboard roller coaster.
This has got you and Gary written all over it. Carnival Cruise Line's newest ship, called the Mardi Gras, has an attraction called the Bolt. It's not a traditional roller coaster. Instead of riding on a train, passengers sit in a smaller vehicle shaped like a motorcycle that rides along a blue track. And the cars aren't powered by downhill inertia. They use electric motors. So that means riders will get to decide how fast they go. The Mardi Gras arrived in Port Canaveral today.
They're doing anything to get people back on those cruise ships. Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
I'm not getting on a cruise ship to go on a roller coaster. I can do that on the ground. Well, right now, hardly a cloud to be found anywhere around, and not a drop of rain anywhere across the state. Temperatures upper 80s to lower 90s. Madison, one of the cooler spots at 88. The heat index actually a couple degrees cooler than the temperature because the humidity is down. Look for a low tonight of about 67, high tomorrow 91, and temperatures in the 90s this weekend and 80s next week.
All right, Gary, thanks. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.